Moving on to the next question for Kalpana ji and Hitendra ji both. Going back in the flashback a little bit, did you have any gurus before coming to Samarpan? And also, can you please tell us about your spiritual journey? We know that Samarpan meditation has affected your life. A gist of it, can you go in detail about it? We are really curious to know.
Yeah, we knew each other from childhood. As a Hitendra used to come to our house in Navsari once a month for singing the bhajan for Ramdev. So Ramdev is our Samadhis and enriched guru for both of us. As you see on the picture, that's the Samadhis guru that we have both together, same guru.
Yeah. So what we call on the Western world enshrined guru,
Yeah.
or somebody who is not living at this time. One important thing that Dharmesh Bhai said, while Swamiji was in Montreal, Canada at our house, Swamiji's subtle body was observing and protecting sadhaks in India. Generally, in the past, up to Shirdi Sai Baba's time, it happened such that a guru during his lifetime will try to touch many, many, many lives. And after he take this samadhi or he get enshrined, this subtle body develops after 25, 30 years of devotion from the other people's prayers, and then miraculous subtle bodies start giving different miracles. First time in the history of Guru Shakti, it happened because of Swamiji, with the grace of his Himalayan gurus, that a Guru Shakti has evolved to the stage that subtle body and sthul body or physical body are both living and existing during the same lifetime. So that is the thing that we are witnessing. We are becoming part of that spiritual history. And we should be considering each one of us very blessed to have such a living guru in our life. Okay. So Ramdev Pir was Samadhi's guru. I used to go sing the bhajan as a child to Kalpana's house. As you say, we were very young in those days. But I also met Sri Sri Ravi Shankar in 1998 with some of the children of Balvika's class with Chandrika Ben and Shyambai Bhatt from Montreal. They were conducting the Balvika's classes for children and teaching the slokas and everything that I am trying to bring back in our Balvika's classes here. So our kids learn this at young age, and we also want that they practice, our kids practice, new generation. Sri Sri Ravi Shankar, I got opportunity to meet again 2 years ago. And this is the picture from Boon Ashram of Art of Living. But I met first time in 1998 Sri Sri Ravi Shankar, and he blessed me. And I believe that Guru knows who is your real Guru. It is a destined person. You cannot look for it. You cannot search for Guru. Guru is meant for you, and it is program. It is a contract that you had before you came in this life. So I did not accept him, but I have very high respect for Sri Sri Ravi Shankar. As you can see, 2 years ago also I met and I attended the Art of Living workshop with Lila Babi while we were in Montreal together. Okay, so that is another guru. And after within 3 years, Swamiji came in our life. If you ask me to describe my complete spiritual journey, you will see it here. I consider my father as my first guru. At the age of 3, he taught me to chant Om, Om, Om and do the Jap Mala with the Om chanting. At the age of 9 years, I started singing bhajan of Ramdev Pir at the neighborhood bhajan mandal. And throughout my spiritual journey, none of my father or mother or sisters were joining me. I was always going by myself. I went everywhere on my own. So I followed my soul from very young age. Wherever I felt like going or doing anything religious or social or humanitarian, I will go and do it. So at the age of 9, I started Bhajan Mandal. Started going and singing. I was always singing the prayer at my school. And one of the prayer that I was singing is, अब सौंप दिया इस जीवन का सब भार तुम्हारे हाथों में, यदि मानव का मुझे जन्म मिले तो तव चरणों का पुजारी बनो. In that prayer I was praying that if I become a human and you are the God, if you come in my human life, I want to be surrendered to your lotus feet and I want to worship you. I want to surrender myself and serve you. And that is what happened in our life because of those childhood prayer. Swamiji says that when you are young, 3 to 5 years old, you bring the soul values from the past life. You remember certain things. And that's why you are not fully involved in the material world at that time. Your mind is not developed. And that is what happened with me, very young age. 13 years, a Christian missionary came from Europe in our school, and he taught us to make a prayer in the morning and in the evening. And I felt that this is again another bonding that came in my life, because many people will not even remember those days or those events. It had very soulful connection with that Christian missionary, because from that day onwards, I did not stop praying every morning and every evening before going to bed and when I wake up from the in the morning. Okay, so that is what I got from him, and I always prayed. He was talking about praying to God or through Jesus Christ. I never discriminated that this is right religion or this is different religion, because I was brought up in the house that has a temple of Goddess Kali and temple of Lord Shiva in the backside and front side. I had a mosque right in front of my house, just 1,000 feet away. I had a Zoroastrian like temple, Parsi temple, less than half kilometer from my house. And in my school, whenever there was something going on or some accident happens or death happen of a student or somebody, I was designated to make a prayer on behalf of Hindu students. So that was my spiritual journey, that from very young age I was involved in those things. So at the age of 13, I met this Christian missionary. Then a yogi came from Rishikesh and he taught us yoga. So my Kundalini was awakened during this time when I learned the yoga and pranayam. At the age of 23, I married to Kalpana. But in between, at the age of 20, while I was in college, Rupam and his family was going to Shirdi, and I got a free tour to Shirdi and had the darshan of Shirdi Sai Baba for the first time. When I married Kalpana, I felt that my Nabhi chakra opened up, and if you can look at the colors of the chakra and the description, you will be able to connect that at what chakra somebody came as a person in my life, whether it is a guru or it is a samadhist guru or it is a yoga teacher. But this is how my spiritual journey happened, and I want everybody to look at this chart and this journey so that you can find something from your life and connect the dots that, oh, something like this happened in my life too at this age. Okay, so we work very hard with Rasika ji and Sonal ji to create this slide. Very, very important, and you will feel very strong vibration of so many gurus. So as I said, my first guru was my father who taught me the meditation. But then I became father at the age of 27, and my son came. My heart chakra opened up. At the age of 32, my second son Raj was born. My Visuddhi started opening up. And after his birth, we bought the house. Once I reached to Visuddhi, I was ready to go to Agya Chakra and meet my Guru. As I said, Guru is destined to come in your life at the right time once you reach to that level. And exactly in 2001, when I was ready to receive the energy, Swamiji came in our life. And as you can see in this picture, my father and Swamiji, we are at the Hare Rama Hare Krishna temple in Montreal with Sri Prabhupada Murthy here. This is the time when, because of Swamiji, I got another Samadhist Guru, Shiv Baba. I tell you one thing, I have very, very high respect for Shiv Baba, and I am thankful to Shiv Baba more than Swamiji. I started praying from the time I met Swamiji, and this photo Swamiji gave me of Shiv Baba. I thank to Shiv Baba because of his blessing, Swamiji got all this Himalayan Guru's energy, and then he got inspired and passed it down to all of us. So in my house even today, we have Shiv Baba's picture, and I do the Guru Brahma mantra. I say Guru Brahma with Ramdev Pir, Guru Vishnu with Sainath, and Guru Devo Maheshwara, Shiv Baba. And Sakshat Parabrahma is my Swami, Shiv Kripanand Swami. Okay, and this is the Agya Chakra. Swamiji used to tell me that some people in Montreal, when he was doing the Shibir, he said some people in Montreal have already reached to Agya Chakra. I just have to help them to push on the next level. So these are his blessing. Guru came in our life to bless us. And I had Anubhuti, I will share in the next session about the Archangel Michael. So this is our spiritual journey.
So beautiful, and I'm sure everybody in the participants are walking in their memory lane what happened in their past when they met their first guru or first samadhist guru, or who took them to that journey where they were in the past and where they are now. I'm sure everybody is making their own chart in their mind. Thank you for such a beautiful slide and a beautiful journey shared by you. I'm sure everybody knows you as Hitendraji, but they probably don't know all these details. So what a precious share.
My next question too, and I think a lot of other people also have this question from Kalpana ji, that how do you stay balanced? Can you please share something about your family life and how do you stay balanced?
Yeah, so in these pictures, like our parents celebrating 50th wedding anniversary, and they were like 63 years together, and we married 32 years on 31st December 2020. And for the children, the Swami told us, like I think Hitendra already mentioned that, not to force our children to become a doctor or engineer, but to allow them to select their own career in the field of their interests. And I love drawing, and Hitendra loves singing. So both our son, Sajjan and Raj, were raised with a creative mind.
Yeah. So basically, Kalpana is very humble. She is very shy. She will not tell you how she managed, but she always have one very beautiful quality, that whatever she does from heart. And she tried to see her happiness in the happiness of her family. Like in the beginning, Shefaliji introduced her that she followed her parents, her siblings, when they were doing Hinduism. They were practicing Hinduism. She followed her family when they were practicing Christianity. She followed me after marrying me and learning from Swamiji Samarpan meditation. By doing that, she put her own personal choice aside. She sacrificed her personal choice or personal views or personal preferences. And she's such a beautiful chef, as Bihag Bhai and Naimishabin also said. They loved khandvi, our Indian Gujarati food. And Kalpana made it in less than 15 minutes. Okay, let's do it. You want to do it? We will go for like traveling or city side viewing and everything. And we'll come back and Kalpana will cook it in less than half an hour, food for everybody. So that was amazing for people who come to our house and they are being hosted by Kalpana. Kalpana has giving heart, loving heart, and because of her love, that I am able to give so much love to other people. And I am very messy person, okay? If you look in my house or even in this room, Swamiji's room, I put things everywhere. Kalpana will clean up everything for me. Kalpana will do all the things for me. So I bow down to the Lakshmi in Kalpana, one thing that I want to tell everybody, that as a husband and wife, we are always arguing. But after I met Swamiji and Swamiji taught us not to pay attention to each other's fault, one thing that I am doing after I met Swamiji, he says that Lakshmi and Narayan are in our Nabhi Chakra. And if you want to clear your Nabhi Chakra to bring to this level of satisfaction, start seeing Lakshmi in your wife or Narayani in your wife, and start seeing Vishnu or God Satyanarayana in your husband. So that is what we started doing. And today I pray every morning for the soul of Kalpana to be liberated. And I am thankful to Goddess Lakshmi that she came sakshat in our life as a living person, as Kalpana. So by believing, I started changing. And that is all about this. Swamiji says that if I wait for God, I will never see a person that I imagine this is Ram or this is Krishna. Swamiji, when he came in our life, he said the same thing. Tu bhakta hai, and you are a devotee and singing bhajan. If Ram comes in your life, how would you recognize? I said, I don't know. I don't have answer. And that made me think to go inside. And he said that when I met Shiv Baba, I accepted that he is my God, because the experience that he gave, it changed everything. So he says that by believing that Shiv Baba is my God, all the energy that he gave him converted into the Guru Shakti for himself, and that is what he is passing. I started believing Swamiji as my Guru, and I started believing him as a God himself or Paramatma or Super Soul. That is how I benefited. So it is up to you. I will not force you that you should do this or not do this. But our secret of our balanced life is our love for each other, our unconditional love for the rest of the world, and our faith first in our own self and God himself as other people or Guru.
So lovely. It's amazing. I mean, thank you so much. But that is so true. I think Kalpana ji is the pillar of your success, and she has been there. She's been there
Yes,
for years.
I will
So
not be who I am without her.
no, I know she brings
Swamiji,
all that.
Swamiji is all Swamiji's blessing. That I also had a hot temper. I also get very upset very easily. But since Swamiji came in our life, I try to balance, try to forget what happened or anything. So we all have up and down, but
Yeah.
we need to learn. And
Right.
we did learn and we practiced what Swamiji taught us.
And I have very bad habit, another habit that was there and I still have, that when Kalpana get upset, I can't stop laughing because I don't get upset. I laugh that she's so innocent. She's like a child when she's getting upset at me, and it is funny, but that makes her more upset. Her first complaint in our life was to Swamiji, my husband is never with me, because I used to serve Gujarati Samaj, so there is always some meetings or activities going on, and I used to sing in a music band, Navrang music band in Montreal. So every Sunday I had a part like practice with them. So half of my weekend is gone. Weekdays I was taking courses, so I was studying 3-4 days after work. So my schedule was always tight. Even today I am like that. I don't like to sit in front of TV and watch TV. No, I'm always busy with doing something. So that was making her miss me as a young couple, especially, and that was one of the issue. But after Swamiji said that start meditation, and whatever is not needed, you will not stay with you. But whatever is needed or important in your life will stay with you. I dropped out from the music group, but I continued serving Gujarati Samaj, and that's attitude or that feeling of service inspired my kids also, because they have seen me from childhood doing something for others, or people coming at our house every weekend. Those little things, action speaks louder than word. Your kids will learn from your action or behavior how you take care of each other and how you behave with others, and this is how the blessing comes in our life. Chaitanya come in our life. I think that is the best way I can describe.
That's true. So nice. I mean, you have so much information and so much knowledge to share that you know it's we feel like we should keep on listening.
Thank you.
Hitendra ji, this question is for you. What brought you to USA from Canada? So we still were in Canada through your journey, and we felt like we were in Montreal or somewhere there. So what transitioned you to USA?
Yes. So let me tell you this. There are several answers to this. I'm going to share. Okay. This is the time when we built the Baba Swami Dham in Mogar, which is a small town near Navsari and between Dandi Ashram and Navsari city. So this was the first attempt to stabilize the Guru Shakti, because Swamiji was traveling from places to places. Guru Ma was taking the placement for her job from Himalaya, like from the northeast to then Nasik area, Ahmednagar, and places like that, because he was working in the central school. When Baba Swami Dham was established, we were asked to contribute for the donation, and by giving little donation, they created the booklet. And on the first page of that booklet, when you open this is the cover page, by the way, World Samarpan Center or Baba Swami Dham. And this is the, when you flip the page, this is the page inside. Okay. Now, on the 50th birthday, all the sadhaks together gave this gift to Swamiji. This is 2003 Chaitanya Mahotsav. Swamiji came in 2001 and 2002 to Canada. Okay. When he came, he gave me very clear vision that since you are having option to move to USA in the future, I am giving you responsibility to do Guru Karya both in USA and Canada. So if you notice the wishes, and at the bottom, it says best wishes from Canadian and American devotees. I did not have that many sadhak in USA at that time, or Swamiji did not have that many people practicing Samarpan meditation. But every summer and every winter time, I used to come twice to Passaic, New Jersey area where my sister lives, and I used to conduct the workshop or Samarpan introduction sessions. And that is how I met Palkaben and their family in 2003 during the Christmas vacation. I did the Shibir in Christmas time, and when I met Palkaben and their family, Mehula, Nira, Pranav, Ramanbai, I said, I got my family. I have the base now to expand Samarpan meditation in USA also because of their love. Similarly, I met Parimalaben when she moved to Texas. I felt the same thing. And then the group started extending. But some people, when you meet for the first time, your soul says that, yes, this is my team. These are the people who will help me. I had this vision. That's why I came to USA, and my visa and everything came. When I went to 2007 Guru Purnima, Swamiji asked again after the Guru Purnima when I went to see him that you were supposed to go to USA. What happened? I said, Swamiji, I'm waiting for your indication. As soon as you give me indication, I will go. And these were my words. In 2009, Swamiji gave us the Mangal Murti. So Swamiji came to Canada for the consecration or Pran Pratishtha of the Mangal Murti. Look, we did not have much role to play because Swamiji was traveling from Edmonton, West Coast to St. John's, and he had only 1 week in Montreal for the Murti Sthapna. And here you met already Nitaben, Preeti, Minesh Jariwala, and myself. We were 3 couples who took the responsibility of no other major Guru Karya but taking care of the stage and the program that Swamiji was going to give in Montreal. So from this scratch, there's nothing, as you see. We made such a beautiful stage over here, you can see. This is Jayaben again from UK, Dr. Binitha from Germany. They came and they were helping Swamiji too. We tried to create a beautiful stage for Swamiji. We wanted to give him the feeling that even in Americas, he will have the stage like that. And all was done with the contribution of this tree family, with the love of this tree family, and it came out so good. This is Bihag Bhai, by the way. He's the one who translated the first day of the Swamiji's discourse. And this is myself. On the day when we had the program for Canada Sadhaks, I was translating, and this is Guruma answering the questions, and Swamiji answering the questions. Beautiful collectivity and a lot of vibration. This is the time when Swamiji came. Mangal Murthy came 2009 to Canada. So these are all the sadhaks from USA. Paresbhai Pandit in the bottom and Gulab Rangani in this picture. Paresbhai was the ex-managing trustee. And this is the time when something miraculous happened. I will show you one more picture before what happened here. Kalpana will tell you. So these are the good memories of spending time with Bihag Bhai, Naimisha Ben and Payal, who stayed at our house. And let me tell you, when they stayed at our house, I thought that Swamiji and Guruma came and stayed at our house. They were such a pious souls, and they love us so much. They always took care of us, Naimisha Ben, Bihag Bhai, and Payal is like our daughter. Because Payal was calling me Mama, now most of the sadhak call me Uncle or Mama in USA. Again, these are the good memories. This is the tower on the Olympic Stadium. Here you see the cabin moving up. So that is the tower where we had this picture of Bruma and Lalaji's family, and Kalpana, of course. Everybody who comes to Montreal has to visit the Saint Joseph Church, whether it is Jayaben or Guruma or sadhaks who stayed, who came from USA. I love being a tourist guide for my guests. So I brought them, and we also brought them to Quebec City. This is the traditional dress or costume of the French Canadian when they moved from France to Canada 350 years ago. So there was a festival going on when Guruma and them, they visited us. So we brought them and we took this picture with them. Kalpana and my mother were so generous that they prepared the food for all the USA sadhaks. It was more than 70, 80 people. And this is the basement where Swamiji lived. This is the center we had, Swamiji's Paduka, Padapuja. So there's so much memories. This is again with Paresbhai Pandit. We brought them also different places. All these kids, as Nita Ben and them said, that all kids love to be with around us. Again, this is Nalini ji. I want to show you one more thing, that the food that we prepared for American sadhak, next day something happened. Kalpana will tell you. Because the next day was for the Canada sadhaks, and Swamiji initially kept it only for the sadhaks, but surprisingly he announced on the day of Canada sadhaks that we will open it for newcomers also. So Swamiji converted that talk into like a shibir, promotional thing, and there was issue now. That
So this retreat was only for American and Sadhak and Canadian Sadhak. And everyone arranged the food for only for American and Canadian. And then after Swamiji was so excited, he gets so much positive from all the sadhak that attended. So he said, let's just open for all public, for everyone can come and visit this retreat. So then the sadhak who were involved in the food, so they were all worried, how we going to feed them, how we going to manage. So then I suggest that we had a day before we make a pav bhaji, and I had 2 extra pot left, and so I suggested I have extra pot left for pav bhaji, so we can bring it and serve all the people who will attend this retreat. So it worked out very well. So Swamiji did arrange everything in advance. So it was a more blessing, and it's all energy. We didn't even have to do anything.
Yeah. So Guru's grace is always there, and when you have good heart, and when you have the Annapurna, as Sabharwalji always call her, we don't have to worry. But this is another thing, that in Guru Karya, we cannot go by numbers, we cannot go by logic, we cannot go by, if you tell me this, then I will do this. No. Be open-minded, be open-hearted, and Guru will take care. We have heard so many religious stories about Krishna, that how he fed so many people, or Jalaram Baba or Sai Baba. That's the way it happened in our life. This is the live testimony.
So beautiful, and I'm sure after today's session, Samarpan America will call Kalpana ji as Annapurna Amma. Your name will be changed from today onwards, because now we know the secret of success. On Hitendra ji's face, all that glow comes from there. The
Yes.
energy.
Now you know how come I can stay smiling all the time. She feed me good.
So Namkaran is done for today, from today's onwards, and yeah, we saw in the picture how transition from the beginning of shivirs of the session of this session, when this session started, and the collectivity grew over, and then now the big hall and the beautiful decoration stage, and again the saga continues of Atithi Devo Bhava, because Swamiji and Hitendra ji had like that Atmiyata built up in everybody, and then he invited everybody, whoever toured, like Bihaji said, in US and on Canada. Hitendra ji made sure, or Kalpana ji made sure, they were well fed, and they were taken to all the beautiful places, and very happily became a tour guide. So yes, Atithi Devo Bhava is your theme for the day, and
Yes.
Annapurna Mata
That is what made us being loved by so many people, because of Atithi Deva Bhava, or guest is my God. Here you see the family of Nalini ji from Japan. You see Nalini ji, Rajesh ji in the picture with Guruma, and there are sadhaks from Malaysia, there are sadhak from Germany, Binitha is there, UK and Montreal. All these sadhaks were there. In this picture, you see Rajendra Bhai. He used to be the pujari for the Mangal Murthy, and now part of the ashram committee for the Canada ashram. And these are the kids. Nalini ji is taking picture with my kids, their kids, and Rajendra Bhai kid. As you see, Naimisha Ben was also there. So 2009 was really fun time for Samarpan reunion, I would say. Internationally, it was together, and not just Mangal Murthy came, but so many divine and beautiful souls came to our house.
Beautiful. There is Meenakshi auntie and Bharat uncle in this picture too.
This is them, they are serving.
All right. Okay. Wow. So
this is Bharat Bhai and Saroj Ben and all those people.
That is the collectivity of Samarpan Canada, Americas, that we saw growing in a big hall and eating everything.
I tried to make sure that we bring as many faces as possible from both USA and Canada in our presentation, because this is my family.
Right, this is the Bharti school where she studied, right?
Yeah. So this school where we had this program, by the way, Kalpana is reminding me that our current ashram location is not too far from there, because the school was rented with the help of Bhartiben Kotecha, who has been coming to our bonding sessions several times, and she was instrumental in renting this place. So and another thing that I forgot to mention, we shared as a gift memento these bags that you see in Paris Bhai's house and hands, and Gulabji's hands. I was distributing this gift as a memento that Mangal Murthy was established. On this you have the date of 6, 7, 8 August 2001 Mangal Murthy Pran Pratishtha ceremony. So we tried to keep a lot of good memories.
We are seeing the history in the making. Thank you for sharing those consecration pictures and everything in detail.
And thank you, Hitendra ji and Kalpana ji. It's amazing. And so many people connected from so many different parts of the world. That is what is amazing. And if you look at today's program, I mean, people have come from all parts of this world. It does not even look like just USA anymore. It's the whole world. So
Yes.
I would say that now our family has increased to be the whole world, just not USA.
Yes.
So
Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam.
Yes, that was what I was looking for. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. So we are moving towards that goal now, and I'm so so blessed actually to be part of this and this beautiful, beautiful journey. And I see that your journey has been so much awe-inspiring for all of us. But I have a question, Hitendraji, that during this journey, did you experience any hurdles or obstacles on your spiritual journey? And what is your takeaway message from your journey until 2009?
I would say that life is not fair with anybody. Most of the people complain life is not fair. It is not supposed to be this way. Why God is making me suffer? Why I am going through so much problem? And believe me, we all go through good and bad time in our life. And one of the biggest challenge for most of the people in today's time, because of the way economy and politics and education, everything is playing its role. Biggest challenge is survival. People want to do a lot of things, they cannot do it. People want to first take care of their survival, or roti kapda makan, what we call food, shelter and clothing. This is the primary requirement, and depending on the place where you are, it is as challenging as the local environment or local political situation, economical situation. I am not a son of a millionaire, so I had to start from scratch. I worked in the warehouse, same place where Kalpana was working, and guess what? She was my first boss. I was working under her. I come from a business family where we own the business. We were ruling the business, and here I came to work. Of course, your ego will go down. You will have to try to match with the wavelength of the time. After a couple of years of that job, I established, I learned, I went back to school, I learned accounting and management, educated myself at McGill University, graduated. I did not give up. I struggled. Same thing after coming from Canada to USA, I had to go through difficult time. But money is always going to remain the problem for most of the people. When you will say that, oh, I need to take care of this, I will need to take care of that. But have you seen in my journey when money became problem? If I did not have money, I borrowed the money and I use that money to make sure my today's time is not lost. I gave more importance to the present time. My kids were young, I have to take care of my kids' needs or their dreams, their toys. My parents were old, I have to take care of their health and their needs. My guru is in my house, he's not going to come again and again. I want to make sure I give him the best. Whoever is my guest, that is the God. Think as if he is the God and you want to take care of God today in your life the best. Are you going to complain that, God, I don't have money, I cannot take care of you? When you will give me money, I'll take care of you. No, money is always going to be a problem. That is the biggest obstacle. Second thing, in my life, from my childhood, if I tell you, you will not believe. There were some hidden forces I realized only after I came to meditation and went into introspection. I realized that there was some negative energy or devilish energy that was not allowing me to connect with a spouse. They were always creating obstacle in my life. For example, on the day of my marriage, my aunt passed away. Okay. And my marriage was in the evening. We did not stop. We got married in the morning and next day we left for honeymoon. You have to be stubborn. You have to be strict. You have to be focused. That is the thing that Bihag Bhai said about me. I'm very focused. Once I determine, I will go and do and move. My parents were resisting our marriage. I stayed with her because she was willing to marry me and she promised me that we will be together no matter what happens. I practice Christianity, I studied Bible, and I have very high respect for Jesus Christ. And because of that, I had some spiritual experiences I will share next time. But that is what happened. When I was supposed to move in my first apartment house after coming to Canada, day before, there was a robbery or burglary in our house where I was living with my in-laws. Some valuable things were lost from our house that I needed. I did not complain. I moved next day. Again, same thing. No, when I bought the house, the day we were supposed to go and sign our house, Kalpana's father passed away. We did the funeral ceremony and then we went to notary. I did not stop. I continued doing what I was supposed to do. When I moved to USA, we built the house of our dream. Tomorrow I am supposed to move. My apartment is already rented to somebody. And I got the call from notary that the underwriter has rejected your application. You cannot get the house. I did not complain. As if it was not enough, the moving guy, the truck driver, after he put all the luggage in the truck, he ran away. He was trying to argue with me that you have to give me more money now, otherwise I will not move, because he tried to take advantage of the situation. I did not stop. I stayed into this. No matter what comes in my way. But the thing is, anywhere I am trying to establish or settle, some negative force is trying to create the problem in my life. But as Bihak Bhai said, I am always smiling. My father used to surprise himself that I don't know, you are going through so much difficult time and you are always smiling. How you do that? My father used to tell me. I said, no problem. God is with me and I have full faith. From very young age, from the time I was 3 years old, when I was meditating, I was seeing the indigo beam of light from inside. And that is the reason why I was saying, God is inside me. I don't have to worry about anything. I was never scared, never nervous, and I will never lose my focus. So problems come in everybody's life. You have to stay focused and you have to believe two things: self-confidence, self-love, self-respect, and faith in God. These 4 things kept me going.
Wow, that is amazing. I mean, if we now, I don't even want to complain about my problems looking at. Yes, that is super amazing. That's how we learn from our seniors that, with all the problems that's happening, how to stay focused, how to be smiling, how to be in the present moment. And like you say, the show must go on.
There are a few people who would like to share a few thoughts about the journey with you. Let's start with Jayaben to share a few words for you.
Jiva Goswami, everyone, all the pious souls. Here we again share our good times with Hitendra, Rana and Kalpana, both of them. They are both a beautiful couple who has taken Samarpan into each and every part of the world. Now I will start my journey actually from UK, when in 2001, when Swamiji was here, he wanted actually, he came for the UK retreats and all that. And while we finished it, he had a further plan to go to Canada, and he asked me whether I would be able to accompany him. And I thought, yeah, might as well, just meeting Gurudev first time and then getting this opportunity. It must be some other further plans in my life where Gurudev is preparing us for whatever the journey we're going to go. So me and Swamiji, we left from UK airport. And it was quite a bit of funny period when, as Surendra is a British Airways staff, so we get a bit of concession on that. And Swamiji's ticket was like a passenger, so the passengers have to go first actually. And when the name were announcing, we were just saying to Swamiji, please go now. If I get on, I will get on, I'll join you. Otherwise, I'll join you tomorrow, That's how we staff have to wait. So anyway, Swamiji's chit was on me. He just looked at me that you will come with me. I won't leave without you. So anyway, we left my name was announced actually first on the list. So we both went together, and as you know that when we are the last people, we have to just rush a little bit. But Swamiji had a good speed to catch up, so both of us made it actually. And this is when we checked in everything together. Sometimes we don't get the seat next to the same passenger. We are given anywhere in the plane. So what happened? Luckily, I was given the same space next to Swamiji. As we settled down, Swamiji said, "Oh, you bought a Cadbury walnut chocolate bar." I said, "Yes, I did." And I did actually, because he saw me going away into the little shop and getting the bar. And he said, "Come on, let's have it," because we were waiting there, and I think we have lost a lot of energy and all that. So we both had a nice big Cadbury bar. And I was a bit surprised to see that, because this was all like first time happening to me and experiencing Gurudev. So this was like our first journey together. As we landed into Canada, one of the sadhak came to pick us because one of the sadhika from actually Leicester, her brother was there. So he came to pick, and actually Hitendra was coming to pick, So Hitendra came next day. I saw that smiley, bubbly face and thought, wow, that's nice. We'll have a good journey now, because the place we were staying was a little bit like, I don't know. I saw a lot of meat and everything in the fridge, which was a little bit disappointing. But we somehow, anyway, it was only one night which we had to stay. So then next day morning, very early, we took off as Hitendra came. And on the way, Swamiji was literally talking and clearing. All the clearance was going on. So it was quite a good journey. And once we reached Hitendra's place, just before reaching, he just said that Swamiji, maybe, he just shared it that maybe my wife doesn't believe in all these things. So it might be something which will be not right or whatever, but I'm sure you will accept whatever we're going to face or whatever we will deal with, Anyway, Swamiji always clears everyone wherever we go. So when we reached there, even Hitendra was, I think, surprised to see Kalpana with the flowers and the Devo to welcome Swamiji. And she welcomed Swamiji, and we all went in, sat down. And as usual, Swamiji, after the journey, would like to have a shower. So we settled him in the basement where Kalpana and Hitendra had prepared everything for Swamiji. And once he was fresh and everything, then we had a good breakfast and everything. And this was like the way when we reached with Hitendra. He was a bit reluctant that I don't know how Kalpana will react to all these things, but it all went so beautifully, because one evening Swamiji asked Kalpana in the garden to sit with her, and he cleared lots of things from her even. So that was all beautifully, the clearance happening within the family members and all of them. So we had a good time at Hitendra Rana's place. When the Shibir started, actually, we used to go every day together. And, I was given my duty as to cook for Swamiji's food and taking care of Swamiji and all that. So once we were going to Shibir every day, it took time to lift, wherever, in whichever country you go, it takes time to actually approach people and to get to know people and all that. So we had quite a few small group of people where we did the Shibir. So the first Shibir was done beautifully, and after that I left, and then the second Shibir, I think Kalpana was doing same whatever I was doing, cooking and looking after Swamiji and driving Swamiji to the place. So this type of things happened. Then again, my second visit was in 2002, which again was really good. And the sadhak had already been prepared, so we had a bit of good group, but still it was not that, like we can say, massive like the at the moment whatever we are. So it took a bit of time to know, and at this time even Kumar Malde joined us, so that was another good thing, that he had quite a good other people he knew, so loads of people came for that Shibiri one. And during our free time we used to go there was one park or a garden which was just near by the sea, and we used to go in the morning for the walk, and Swamiji used to sit there for meditation. So this place became more actually sacred for all the Canadians, and they used to go to this place to meditate more often. And we visited one of the Shivananda, the yoga ashram, which I got a little bit more attracted to it because I always wanted to learn yoga. So that was my actually, the outlet to learn something else. And Swamiji said, "Oh, you always talked about yoga, so this is the place, you should join." So that's how I joined my Shivananda practice, teachers training practice from Kerala, Trivandrum. And that was my one journey, which again was over with Swamiji. While I was staying with Hitendra and Kalpana, the children were very small actually, and the little one was so used to me that he used to come and sit in my room, play with me. So also we had a good time with the children, to know them, to be with them. And I know now they are all grown up big boys, but my pleasure was still, especially with the little one. He was quite cheeky, all the time coming in my room and playing with me. So that was my one experience with Kalpana's children. Another thing was that I really want to share is that one afternoon after Swamiji had his lunch, he usually would say, "Now I would like to rest, so you better go and rest yourself even," because every day the morning starts very early, and then whole day just cooking and cleaning and all those things goes on. So I said, "Okay, Swamiji, I'll go and rest in my bedroom." So I went into my bedroom, and usually I don't sleep, I don't have a habit of sleeping or anything. So I just went into my bedroom, and I don't know why, because when he said go and rest, so there was something he was preparing or whatever, I don't know. And as I went to sleep on the bed reading the book, I went to sleep actually, and I went into the very, very deep sleep, and I didn't realize my whole body was raising, and I was going up and up and up, and I thought, what is this? Where am I? I was just thinking about all these things, and for a second, I did get frightened actually. Where am I going? What is happening? How will I come down again? And that thought actually brought me back again. And I woke up, and then I had to prepare the tea and everything. So I went down. I shared this experience with Swamiji, that Swamiji, this is what happened just now in the afternoon. And he just looked at me that, whatever, he was giving me one sort of experience of, going out of body experience. But maybe I wasn't ready at that time. So it was a little bit, whatever, Swamiji never says anything about it. So I thought maybe, whatever, thank you, Swamiji, for taking me there. But I did get frightened a little bit and said, "No, don't worry. It will happen whenever you feel like or whenever you are ready again." So this was one experience. I think I never shared Hitendra with you, but I don't know, it just came up suddenly in my mind that this did happen, because this has happened once even to me in my Theosophical Society, where we have got a beautiful place called Tackles Park, And being a member sometime during Christmas time, we are needed to cover those places because especially people who are taking care of that place would like to be with their families. So I was asked if I can stay for a few days during Christmas time, and I said I would like to because it's a beautiful place in the woods, isolated, and thought might be this is the best time for me to go away during Christmas, and be with my masters. So I went and I stayed there in the bedroom where our president, whenever she comes from India, Chennai, she sleeps in that room. So as I was sleeping, exactly same thing happened that at night, as in my dream or whatever, I was going up and up and up, and then it was above the sea. I could see the sea even, and I saw beautiful white horses, 6 of them. So I was sitting on one of the horses, and there were 2 other horses on each side of my body, I mean, we were all flying together, and those horses had the wings actually. I've never ever experienced this thing, and it was so beautiful that I was enjoying that actually, and I didn't want to come down. I really wanted to go wherever the horses were taking me, And this was my another very good experience at my place of theosophical. It's called Tackles Park in Camberley. So I'm just sharing these 2 beautiful experiences. After that, I have never had any other experiences, such a deep one actually. There are small minor experiences coming all the time, as we grow on our spiritual path, but this was the best one actually, which I had it, and I always remember those, and I enjoy when I remember them. And it does take you, like Swamiji says, remember your experiences, and these are the experiences which always help us to go further and further. So I just would like to share something else even. I would like to thank actually Kalpana and Hitendra for coming in my life even. Kalpana is a beautiful, beautiful, silent worker, and she's the girl, we call her Kali even sometime, and she is a beautiful Kali rosebud of Hitendra. We don't keep in touch much, but we know that we are connected each other on that soul level, and I hope that you all enjoyed this little experience of me. Whatever you receive is all on spiritual level, and always remember we are all one family, and we are all connected to each other. Let us all pray that Swamiji show us further on our spiritual path wherever we are going to be with him. I remember that we did come again during the Mangalmurti time, isn't it? And we stayed at Dipti's sister's house, which was given to us to stay there. And it was such a beautiful experience again over there that when Swamiji was doing prayer, like with the Mangalmurti, he stays for 3-4 days in isolation again, So this was going on with the Mangalmurti, and we were there. And another thing is, like Swamiji always says, that once I am with Mangalmurti, don't put your chit if I would come for lunch in time, because it happened one day that the food was ready, and we thought that Swamiji will come after finishing his sadhana with the Mangalmurti. And what happened, actually my chit went that, it's my goodness, it's 1 o'clock, it's 1:30 now. The food is getting cold, and Swamiji has not come out of his dhyan, with Mangalmurti. And as soon as I thought of that, Swamiji came out, and he told me later on that don't put your chit on me while I'm doing this sadhana with Mangalmurti. You and Guru Ma both of have your lunch together, and then when I come, whenever I come out of it, I will have my lunch at that time. So these are few things which we learn slowly and gradually with Swamiji when we are with him. We are not aware of all these things most of the time, but there are lots of little very sensitive things which happens to Swamiji when we are not very careful about those things, So I just wanted to share that this was a beautiful experience, another one, while we were there when the Mangal Murti was established in Canada. Thank you very much for listening. Jai Baba Swami.